6 in the morning, and I ain't never coming down. I'm always up, you always stuck. Thought it was fun and games, now I'm the one over here running things. You know the name, bitch, I'm always up.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Parley alongside 15-year NBA veteran and professional boxer Kendall Gill. I know you like that second part of your title.
Yeah.
Undefeated. I'm sorry, I forgot to include
like former.
There you
go. So you know, I'm not an active professional boxer anymore. Thanks, Jake Paul.
Kendall Gill. Also, our correspondent, Squared Circle Report, Alex Guerrero's in the building. What's up, Alex?
What's going on, man?
He's always here for our post-fight, so we're here to chop it up with him. After this pay-per-view on DAZN, Canelo Alvarez and John Ryder go 12 rounds the distance in Guadalajara, Mexico, and it was a homecoming of fashion, of swag, if we still want to use that word. And the fight went all 12 rounds, surprisingly, and the not surprised part was Canelo obviously winning by unanimous decision. And Canelo looked great in the first 6 rounds. Then it got a little interesting after that.
It did. The opponent that he fought was really durable, really tough. When he got knocked down, I believe, what is that, in the 5th round or something, like somewhere around there. I expected his opponent to stay down, but this guy, I mean, he showed what a fighter is made of. I mean, all the way across the pond. He's from London, England. He comes to Guadalajara, Mexico, gets up off of the canvas in a full soccer stadium, and continues to give Canelo his best fight. And actually, I think in this fight, Canelo took more punishment than in any other fight that he's had. Yeah,
absolutely. And Canelo, we've seen him historically tire out in the later rounds, Alex. And it's one of those things that we're like, okay, well, does he have good conditioning? Is it his coaches or is it just him? Regardless of the matter, he is still a great fighter. He's a great boxer. He still wins in the ring. But how did you feel about the last 6 rounds for Canelo? And is that showing a little bit of age?
I don't think it's the age because it's something he's always been dealing with. So, with the commentator said, John Ryder is a second half of the fighter, and he showed it, man.
He did.
I mean, he was taking them shots from Canelo. He's pounding on his chest, like, bring it, man, and get the crowd riled up. And in Canelo's backyard, man, he was game, man. So shocked a lot of people.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we all expected Canelo to win, but definitely John Ryder put on a performance. We were talking during the fight, Kendall. I mean, this guy is a dog. He was showing grit, got up after his knockdown as well. How'd you feel about John Ryder in this performance?
Well, I felt like I just said before that, he exemplified what a fighter is supposed to be. A fighter is supposed to take punishment, or be able to take punishment. And if he does get knocked down, get up off of the canvas and fight your heart out. That's exactly what he did. After the first knockdown, I thought the Ryder was going to be toast. I thought he was going to be out of there, but pounded on his chest and said, bring it on, Canelo. And he hurt Canelo with a couple of those shots. I mean, Canelo won't say that in the post-game press conference. Press conference or the post-fight interview. But I could see where it took some steam out of Canelo. Yeah. He didn't press as much. He had to take a couple rounds off to catch his breath. If he fights like this against Bivol, it's another loss.
Yeah, but I don't see this version of Canelo beating Bivol at all. Like, he needs to get stronger, like, obviously Ryder's a big fighter, but Bivol's a stronger, bigger fighter, younger, so he needs to bring it, for the next fight.
And Canelo, obviously, looking at him and how he performed, still it was a good performance. We saw him show his skill set. He's a guy he's always different from the other boxer. We know that when he punches, his power is different a lot of the times. But you talk about Bivol. Canelo, after the fight, he said he wants everything identically what it was before for the first fight. At 175, he wants to go up and do it again. Is that a good idea? Or does he stay at 168?
Listen, I admire Canelo for wanting to go back and avenge his loss. I mean, if you're a true fighter, if you're a true champion, we all want to do that. But for business, I don't think that it's good. He's got fights at 168 with Benavidez, with the Charlo brothers. He's got a number of fights down there where he can still make money. Now, if he goes and he fights Bivol, we're going to give him credit because he went up to 175 once again and tried to fight a guy who perhaps is the best 175 pounder in the class at this point. Yeah. But I'm worried about Canelo in that fight because in this fight against Ryder, didn't show head movement, didn't show the defensive skill that he showed against Gennady Golovkin in a couple of the 3 fights that he had with Gennady Golovkin. I'm just worried about Canelo just continue trying to walk guys down, walk forward, sometimes lean on the ropes, take punishment. You know, that's not what he was when he was coming up. I mean, he used head movement, and I saw the head movement a couple times tonight, but not as much as I'm used to seeing.
Like in that Daniel Jacobs fight.
Daniel Jacobs fight. You're right, Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, he was real slick in that one, but like you got to bring that back, man.
Yeah, he does.
You know, and I want to go more boxer's perspective. Obviously, we saw John Ryder go down, and he got hit hard. I mean, he took the full 9 counts.
Oh, he took punishment too.
And he took, absolutely. What does it take, man, for a fighter like John Ryder in Mexico to get up and then box the way he did? Like, I don't know if you ever felt before in training or sparring or in a professional fight. Like, what does it take for you to get up after you've been wobbled?
Do or die. You know, it's just a natural instinct that you have. I mean, and you could see that John Ryder was not a quitter at that point because he had every reason to quit.
We all thought it was done.
Yeah, we all look. I'm thousands of miles away from home. I'm in Mexico. Canelo is supposed to win. You know, has this big celebration before the fight. By the way, that entrance was probably the most expensive boxing entrance I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and as my mother texted me during the fight, you know, are you watching this shit?
Yeah.
That's what my mother said. I had to look twice to see if my mother texted me that, but she did. She was watching the fight too.
Well, that one at Cowboy Stadium in Jerry's World, that one was up there too.
Yeah,
I mean, he had like one of the mariachi greats. I think his son. He said his son, right?
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Forget his name.
I forget his name too. That might have been the most expensive one.
Okay, that might be the most expensive.
I may be wrong.
But this one was off the charts, man.
Yeah.
You know, we all enjoyed it. When the broadcast didn't freeze up, thanks to Zone. You know,
the Zone.
Yeah. So, you know, we don't want to hear that the satellites were not over Guadalajara, Mexico at the time, but you know, we kept freezing up on us. But we still enjoyed the fight.
We love the fight.
Yeah, we love the fight. So, but you know, getting back to Canelo, man. I mean, I think, like you just said, he's got to get back to the way he was against Daniel Jacobs. He's taking too much punishment right now, and over a long fight, that's just going to take steam out of you.
Do you think it was the layoff too? Because he had quite a 9, maybe 10-month layoff in between fights. Do you think that had anything, or the age?
I mean, it could have been, but I think it's just his style of fighting. I think he's just taking too many punches. You know, yeah, we all know Canelo Alvarez has a chin, but yeah, you got a chin, but that doesn't mean you just go in there and take punches.
Right.
You know, because the accumulation of punches is going to take its toll over a number of years, over a number of rounds. Who knows? If we're back in the old days and that fight is 15 rounds, he may have worn Canelo down.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about Bivol obviously, but if Canelo stays where he's at, and he stays at 168, or potentially, I don't know how this would even go down, but you mentioned Charlo brothers during the fight to me. If Canelo looked like that, the Charlo brothers may have a chance. Do you feel the same way?
I think everyone's smelling blood right now. Although you fighting Benavidez, Charlo, you name them, like he's there for the picking and their eyes. You know, they're looking hot right now.
Yeah, Benavidez obviously the obvious thing we want to see potentially next, if not Bivol, right? But again, guys like the Charlo brothers, you know, if Ryder looked like that, imagine what these guys can do.
Look, I know Benavidez was sitting back watching this fight saying, man, I hope that they serve Canelo up to me next. I still think Canelo wins, but it's going to be a difficult task. You know, Canelo can. Canelo. I just want to stop seeing. I don't want to see him go toe to toe with everybody like he did tonight. You know, you got to preserve yourself. Think Floyd Mayweather. What's the object of the sweet science? Hit and not get hit. Canelo is like, okay, I'll take 2 to trade you for this big 1. You know, now and over a period of time, a period of fights against Bivol, he took a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
Now he took a lot of punishment in this fight too.
You know, but in his post-fight interview, he did say he had a lot of pressure for the fans, like to put on the show, and maybe he was like trying to go for the knockout and just going like straight in. So maybe go fighting somewhere else, neutral, not away from home, and not dealing with family and all the friends and being right back, because it was a big deal, So going back to Vegas or whatever, and maybe that'll get him back to how he fought before. So we'll see.
And you know what? Also, too, I forget to, because what we noticed at the beginning of the fight, that ring was extremely small.
Yes.
And he probably couldn't move in there.
Right.
But I mean, because both of those guys, I mean, that was a fight in the phone booth type ring. I mean, you can't really move. We've seen Canelo move all around and everything. Yeah. You know how I want to see Canelo fight? I want to see him go back to the way he fought when he fought Miguel Cotto. When he was hitting and moving at the same time, sticking, moving, and dodging punches, delivering power shots and things like that. Please, Canelo, get back to that type of fighter. I mean, that was a beautiful fighter once when he fought Canelo. When he fought Cotto, rather.
And that was also 8 years ago. So
yeah,
we got to think about that too, because he is 31, and I think he's leaving his prime right now.
Yeah.
For the way he boxes, but. It would be definitely interesting to see that coming from Canelo. We're talking post-fight reaction here with Canelo from the Canelo Alvarez John Ryder fight from Guadalajara, Mexico. Not us, we're here in Chicago, but that fight happened there, and Canelo won by unanimous decision. Shout out to our YouTube viewers, by the way, who are on right now. We appreciate you tuning in to our live broadcast here as we talk about the fight. 168 is a pretty division. It's a pretty attractive division. But the division that is waiting for potential fights is the heavyweight division. We're still waiting to see if Andy Ruiz and Tyson Fury is a thing. Yeah. And surprisingly, Joshua and Wilder can happen. Yeah. Is there still some want to see this?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's still a big fight. Let's not forget, look, one punch could change the whole landscape of the heavyweight division.
It's true.
That one punch. So, you never know. If Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight, I think that's a huge fight in London. I think it's an okay fight here because neither one of them are champions anymore. But over in London, Anthony Joshua is still a huge name, and everybody still wants to see whether Deontay Wilder can come back. Now, if he knocks, and I want to ask you this question: if he knocks Anthony Joshua out, if they should fight, can he get a fourth fight with Tyson Fury?
He's going to have to. You're going to have to serve it up to him. Yeah. And speaking of the heavyweight division, they're saying that they're going to have a round robin in the Middle East. The
nice.
Saudi's going to put up the money. The rumors, but that's what I'm hearing.
The Saudis have been putting up the money lately.
Yeah, so they're saying Joshua Wilder, and then they got Fury and Usyk, and then the winners face each other. So we could get the fourth Fury Wilder fight, man. So we'll see, man. If they got the money. Wilder was out there for the Jake Paul fight. Fury was there, so yeah, we can see this, man.
Kendall, I know you're not asking about a fourth Tyson Fury and Wilder.
Hey, look,
don't try to come with this.
Hey, look. Sometimes you can go away and learn different things. I've seen the way that Deontay Wilder has been training. Maybe he comes up with a different game plan. But, hey, who says that Tyson Fury gets past Usyk? Usyk is the master boxer on a pound-for-pound list. Nobody thought that he could beat Anthony Joshua twice, but he did. So, and Usyk, and TLO, you remember us seeing him over here at the Advocate Center right before he fought here in Chicago, saying that he was going to go up and fight the big boys. We were like, why are you going to do that?
It didn't make sense at the time.
It didn't make sense at the time, but he's gone up and he's proven that, he can beat those bigger fighters simply by his boxing IQ and the skills that he displays in the ring.
Now, Tyson's Fury is still the guy, the lineal heavyweight champion, but Usyk has is it two?
Three.
Three of the belts.
He has all three of them.
And it's fights you want to see. Heavyweight division, has had the opportunity to continue to grow boxing or to bring the hype back because the hype has been back, with great fights like that. But heavyweight division definitely is still a run.
Right, and the Juggernaut just lost Joe Joyce. He was favorite to win against Big Bang.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you say, one punch away. Like
One punch away,
everyone
you know.
thought Joyce was just a tune-up fight for Joyce, and he
Right,
got
yeah.
tuned up.
Yeah, he did.
Switching divisions over to the lightweight division, we all know Gervonta Davis winning by TKO in round 7. Is it round 7?
Yeah.
Yes,
Round
round
7.
7.
Round 7 last week in Vegas. You know, obviously Gervonta says he's the face of boxing. Canelo, the way he performed, the way he presented himself today, felt like he was the face of boxing. But before we enter the lightweight division, I wanted to ask you both: Is Canelo the face of boxing, or is Gervonta the face of boxing? Because now this is going to be a debate.
I'm gonna say still Gervonta, but just because you can go by the fight week vibe. When there was
Yes.
Gervonta, I know he was fighting Ryan. Ryan's popular, but there was a buzz. There was a bigger buzz. This one with Canelo, people were texting me. They're like, "How come I just hearing about Canelo's fighting? And who is this guy? You know, John Ryder." And I'm like, they're like, "Wait, there's a fight?" You know, like no one was hearing about it. You know, and I'm like, so that's another way of showing it. Yeah, Canelo has all the belts still and stuff, but Gervonta, in my eyes, is the face of boxing.
No, I agree with you as well because of, like you said, the buzz, specifically during fight week. Also, I don't know whether ESPN covered Canelo's fight today, but ESPN covered Gervonta's fight. And anytime ESPN covers you, you know it's
Worldwide
newsworthy.
leader.
Yeah, that's right.
The worldwide leader in sports. So, and all of us are tuned in to see who Gervonta fights next. Yeah, we want to know who Canelo fights next, but it's not like it used to be.
Right.
Because he fights Bivol. That's a guy that's not in his division. And I don't think Canelo at this point really has a true rival that we want to see him fight. We already saw him fight Bivol. I don't want to see him fight Bivol.
Yeah.
If he's going to fight somebody, I want to see him fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I like to see the Benavidez or Charlo.
Or the Charlo
either one.
Yeah.
Either one of those two. Come go to PBC and get some of those some of them guys over there, some fresh blood, and some American fighters too. So go from there.
Well, we're talking about Tank. Obviously, last topic here is the lightweight division. Tank obviously being Ryan Garcia, as I mentioned. But we have another big event coming up, and it's Haney and Loma.
Yeah.
Devin Haney, obviously the undisputed champion at lightweight. Loma, Vasily Lomachenko, coming off of his tune-up win, to get to this fight, it almost didn't happen because he had to go over to Ukraine, and fight a bigger battle. Much respect to Loma for that. But he comes back, he beats his mandatory, and then obviously because he had, he was first in line, he's now in line to face Haney. But this is going to be a dangerous fight for Haney. This is not going to be a walk in the park because Loma has a lot of skill, and he still has some power.
I actually favor Loma. I know Devin Haney is coming in as the undisputed champion, but Loma is a real champion, and left-handed, the way that he uses his angles, his footwork. I don't think Devin Haney has ever faced anything close to what Lomachenko is, and Loma really has the thirst to get those belts back.
Yeah.
He didn't really think he deserved when he lost his belts to Teofimo Lopez, and in that fight against Teofimo Lopez, I thought that Lomachenko just waited too late, and then he started coming on late. And if he had had more time, he possibly could have stopped Teofimo Lopez. So, I think that Loma is just nobody's forgot. Everybody's still giving him his respect. But I think that because out of sight, out of mind, they don't think of him as that champion that he once was. But he still is.
Yeah, everyone still gave him his respect because no one called him out after he lost to Teofimo. They wanted to write him off like, no, he's not. He's not important right now, But no one's like, I'll fight him.
He's like Isaac Pitbull Cruz. So nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, they just stay away. Yeah. But no, I think Haney's gonna win with the speed and the youth, but like Loma's not that old. They're saying he's old, but he's not that old. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go with the youth with Haney and from there,
Haney does have amazing boxing skill. He mirrors Mayweather. Mayweather's helped him and trained him here and there. We saw clips of that before. So a lot of Haney's looked nice. A guy like Kambosos, when he went over to Australia and defeated him twice, doesn't have the same skill set. Loma has some boxing skills, some defensive prowess as well. So I can see where you're going with that. But it's going to be an interesting fight. It will be a chess battle, and I think it goes down. But the end.
But for your picking Loma, the other plus for him too is Haney to make 130 because he's getting big, man. He's like busting at the seams and stuff. So that might be an issue, and we'll see that on fight week and the weigh-in, see how they look. Right. So my predictions might change that day. You never know. Absolutely.
No, for sure. And then you talked about Isaac Cruz obviously being in the lightweight division as well. Ryan Garcia is going to leave. Probably will go to 140 as he mentioned. And then the last boxer besides
Stevenson.
Stevenson, yes, Shakur Stevenson, who again, that's a big fight. Everyone wants to see him fight Gervonta, but man, I want to see him fight all of them.
Hey, look, you remember how the Super Six was when Andre Ward went through everybody and everything? That's the type of tournament I wish that we could have at lightweight right now because there's so many good fighters in, not good fighters, but great fighters in that division. And, it has to be a process of elimination, back when like Duran, Hearns, Hagler, and Leonard fought. We have the same thing right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And guys, can you believe that we have not mentioned Errol Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford?
We're
forgetting about it, man.
They did it to themselves.
He wasn't on my rundown for the show.
Hey, I love both of you guys as fighters. We want to see the fight, but everybody's forgetting about it now. So you guys better hurry up and make the fight because we're losing interest.
Yeah, we keep talking about the same thing, so why keep talking about it?
Exactly.
That's why they make the rundown.
On social media of some fights of dealings are potentially happening in July. My birthday, July 22nd, June. So something's happening behind the scenes, or it's a complete lie.
Yeah. So hopefully they get it done.
Yeah, like I said, they haven't announced the fight, either of them. So maybe they are getting something done, and let's make it happen.
We'll see. We'll see a lot happening in boxing. Of course, we're here to cover it all. Alex, thank you, of course, for being on the show with us.
Oh, thank you for inviting and having me on here, man.
Thanks, Alex.
Absolutely. And Kendall, before we get out of here, if you had to say something to the Warriors, what would you tell them?
Stop turning the basketball over. And Looney, you got to come to play and neutralize Anthony Davis. If you neutralize Anthony Davis, the Lakers are done. That's what I have to say.
15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill with some advice. We hope you guys take it. Thank you so much. Don't forget, sponsored by Coda Gear is the Parley. Don't forget to visit our website, parleyshow.com, and all of our social media in our description box. Of course, where's Square Circle at?
Square Circle Report on Instagram, YouTube, and that's it, man.
We will have more new boxers coming into the studio to talk to us later on during the week, so we hope you stay tuned for that. Check us out, follow us, subscribe. We're talking boxing all the time, and we are from Chicago. For Kendall Gill, Alex TLO, we out. What's up, guys? TLO here for the Parlay. 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill there. Sir. Don't forget to subscribe to everything you see there in the description box. We want to hear from you guys, and of course, hit that bell for the notifications, like that you know what's going on.
Hit it.
By the way, just want to make sure you know, Tyson Fury has never lost a fight to Deontay Wilder.
This is untrue. He lost the first fight. I
don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
You have yet to watch that fight with me. He lost the last two, but not the first.